All right, can everyone hear me? Everyone see me? I'm taking that as a no. All right, so I gave it a little time. There's no one popping up, so I did, however, get a video from Zabora. So I'm going to watch that. Let me set it up here. So, all right, so who's still all here? Got 2 people watching. Is that going to be CC and the Witch's Girl? All right. So this video that was sent to me by Zora, a subscriber of mine. It's a 15-minute video. It says Illuminati witch Lana Del Rey to attend mass Trump spell-binding ritual tonight. Witch love exposed. And oh shit, I need to figure out who did this video. Hold on. Oh, it's a call for an uprising. Oh, okay. This is going to be just fucking peachy. So the person who was supposed to be on tonight isn't here. So I'll do this, and if they come on later on, we'll have them. But until then, let's have our brains melt together. And I guess I don't need these headphones in because I'm not talking to anybody. All right, so share screen. Present to everyone. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is call for an uprising. Let me turn down the settings here. It's going to be kind of grainy. Turn those off too. I guess 360 would be fine. All right.
That we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies and the Illuminati, reality since the beginning. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a god. Because this is for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. As I covered last night, we'll be gathering tonight at midnight. Spell not only against Donald Trump, but against, which means people out there who might not have.
Wait, who's midnight? Because America falls under 4 different time zones. 5 if you include Hawaii. So, who's midnight? I'm just saying, that's an hour difference.
The armor of God on them, so prayers need to be sent to fight against the spiritual warfare. There's nothing to do with stance. It has to do with being a Christian and knowing that our enemy of this world are these Satanists, are these witches. Warfare against Christians and against weak-minded people out there who do not Christ. Now what we're seeing, Lana Del Rey song a few days ago, which has millions and millions of views. She has a huge plate of watered down, mentally dumb people.
What kind of music does this chick do? I've never really heard of her before. So is she like a single a single artist, or is she in a band or something, or a group, whatever? Like, what kind of music does she do? Well, someone in the chat, let me know.
This false idol. She is calling on witches, more witches to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh shit.
Was a school that wanted a better.
I forgot that Uprising was also one of these guys who thinks that we worship that people worship, is we worship our music stars, our movie stars, and people like that. And it's just not. So he's one of them. Vigilant Christian. I don't know, and I know there's another one out there who thinks this, but there's no way that
24th,
false idols.
March 26th, April 24th, May 23rd, and online.
Skip something here.
Millions of, she has a huge following, apparently, of watered down, mentally dumb people who follow this false idol. It's calling on witches and encouraging more witches to stand up tonight at midnight to cast a spell. His supporters. She posted a tweet. The pose with her hand showing she's a witch. She says, at the stroke of March 26th, April 24th, May 23rd. Ingredients can be found online. Every single month is quote-unquote no longer in office. Of course, I understand people take this as a joke, just like this article here says, double, Donald's in trouble. And, double, the witchcraft spells you see in movies, which make people think they're not real because they fictionalize this stuff, but it is truth. And Lana Del Rey, people know that she is a witch. So this is something, where I've done video after video talking about Gaga, Beyonce, all these people.
Okay, okay, I need after this stream, I will look up these articles that he's talking about, and I will put them in the link, or I will put a link in the description below, so that way you guys could read it for yourself. I'm pretty sure that it's from some Christian news web media, and it's probably you know, but says right here, this is her lyrics and the video, I guess, have all these bulletin points. So I'm gonna have to look at this new song. I'm gonna have to actually see this video. But right now, I'm thinking that it's just a political standpoint, and she's using an artistic nature to do to do her videos and her songs and whatever, just like any other musician does. It's all over the place.
Witches, and people call us insane and crazy. Well, here you go. Here's somebody who has a huge following, openly admitting to being a witch, who's openly admitting to put on the masses, and people still think it's a joke. The mental capacity of our society, who thinks everything is a joke and nothing's real. Well, the joke, you know, is going to be on all trumpet sound. This is this binding spell, which is put on Trump to stop him, to banish him from office, will also be put on his, like I said yesterday, the objects will be tarot cards, salt, all sorts of stuff, but I guarantee you.
Okay. Tiny orange candle. I forgot what the color orange is, but I know it's not for binding or banishment. Those will tend to be either white or black candles, depending on what your path is. Some even use red if they do color coordination. A tower card, the tower tarot card. I wish I had my tarot readers in the chat. I haven't heard of tarot cards being used in spells in magic, just for divination purposes. So I don't get where they're getting tarot cards from. I wish I had one of my tarot readers in here. If you're watching this after the stream, please write in the comments below. And bowls of water and salt, well, those are just standard. Those are just standard altar pieces. That's, I mean, I have water and salt on my altar. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure all witches have water and salt. It represents the elements of water and earth. So, I mean, that's common knowledge, but should be common knowledge.
Doing human sacrifice, animal sacrifice rituals as these witches and Satanists do.
Again. There are no animal sacrificings. There are no human sacrificings. We don't fucking rob your baby in the middle of the fucking night. We just don't fucking do it. We just don't. Modern day paganism kills people or animals for the purpose of magic. And even historically speaking, it is still very unclear whether the ancient practitioners did that as well. There's really no evidence except for maybe killing somebody during times of war, like killing a war prisoner or something.
To this new information that's come out. It says mass rituals have been planned in multiple covens during which men and women will perform a spell to bind Trump and all those who would be in him, and holding a brief ceremony. This is not an exclusive. Okay, yesterday that people who are liberals are going to be showing up at this, not being aware of witchcraft and Satanism, and they're going to be indoctrinated with it. That is a huge danger.
Oh, these The social justice warriors, that's who I'm assuming he's talking about. Because when it comes to the liberal spectrum, only the SJWs, the regressive left, they are the ones who are absolutely appalled that Trump is in office, that you know, and fucking throwing temper tantrums and crying on YouTube because, oh my God, Trump won, we're all gonna fucking die. But as for indoctrinating non-witches into witchcraft by doing a binding spell on someone else is absolute garbage. I love how these Christians don't do any research, and they are so they got their fucking blinders on. You know how horses have those fucking things on the side of their fucking face? You know, so like only see in one direction, they can't see anything else. That's Christians.
Think about how many people out there think that this Republican Democratic thing is real and can't stand Trump. How many women are going to show up and they're going to say, oh, this is real. Oh, these are nice, normal people. And they're going to start putting spells on. They're going to be indoctrinated with witchcraft. Even young children will be brought to this. It says Wiccans, shamans, heremetics, sorceresses, hoodooists, occultists, magicians, ceremonialists, ritualists. Take part. They left Satanists out. Of course they do, because they have to continue to that Satanists are really atheist, so they won't mention.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Satanists are more, or Levian Satanists, not Luciferians, are more atheist than they are spiritual. And you know, there are pagans out there who say no, Satanists aren't with us. They're not part of the pagan umbrella. And there are some who say, yeah, Satanists, even though they don't believe in deity, they still are a religion that is not Christianity. And that's become the definition of paganism, is any Abrahamic religion. But and even the Satanists don't even believe that the devil is real. They just use it as a symbol, as symbolism. You know, that's partly where I get my practice from too. Is LaVey. There's nothing wrong with Satanism at all. There's pick up a fucking book, for crying out loud.
But I guarantee you they're involved. They're probably behind the scenes doing the human sacrifice or animal sacrifice rituals that will be occurring. Look at this Lana Del Rey, who is clearly symbolism she does, holding the hand over the eye, the shh, which I've talked about and exposed. Vow of silence. In the occult, they have taken a vow of silence to never reveal these secrets that they've learned. Lucifer is the god of the earth. That's the one that they worship.
No. Oh, sorry. The oath of silence is more of a traditional thing to do. Like Gardnerians, Alexandrians, they take a vow of silence to saying that whatever we do here in Circle, whatever we learn here in Circle, stays in Circle, right? And it's not because it's sorry, it's something nefarious. It's because of the fear that if we do magic in Circle and we tell somebody about it, then they don't believe in magic, the spell's not going to work. And it's ultimately going to fail. And that's why a lot of people, like, they join paganism, they join some pagan group, one, for power, which is absolutely fucking retarded, or two, they want to see magic really work, So they go off, do their little spell, whatever, do a little ritual, and then they blab it to all their friends. Yeah, I did a ritual last night. Yeah, I did this, that, and the other thing. And guess what? It ultimately fails, and then they're like, well, it didn't work, so it must not be real. So it's yes, again, pick up a fucking book. There's many books on paganism out there, and anyone that tells you with the vow of silence will tell you the reason why there's a vow of silence.
See the masses into worshiping Lucifer. You could see her doing the devil horns. It's two symbols in one. Satan. You could even see her doing the Baphomet pointing up to the sky. So below.
And I don't know where this came from. This is someone else's rendition, but it's supposed to be the left hand pointing down and the right hand pointing up. And they're both, I mean, this depiction's wrong. This is someone else's depiction of Baphomet. So I don't know. Nitpicky, I guess. Cherry picking. You know, found an image of Baphomet that he said, "Oh, look, it has 666 on it. You can see the 666 right here." And then throwing up the Let's Rock sign.
Crap that they believe in, nonsense that these people worship. So this Lana Del Rey has tons and tons of stuff, even showing pictures of her. It says, "Thank you, Mr. Brainwash," and she's got two butterflies in her hair, showing that she's a Monarch slave. You know, she's been put under Project Monarch, MK Ultra mind control. See her on a magazine cover with a cat over her eye. Eye symbolism, using the cat as well, referencing witchcraft. Or used in witchcraft. Doesn't mean if you have a black cat, but they do use these.
Hey. We use all kinds of cats, all right? That's racism right there, buddy.
You can see a lot of witches who are posting stuff all around. Witches, we need you. I mean, they're literally years ago, they're putting signs up saying, "Witches, let's get together." People would run them out of town. How many times do I have to say that? Now look how the world. And they're laughing. Witches, we need you. The town destroyed people's brains. The mainstream media has destroyed people's brains. That's all there is to it. The spell, which they have actually released, or at least one of the spells are going to be saying publicly, is also calling against Trump supporters. So not just Trump. And that's why I'm saying this is urgent. Trump is one of them, which I'm somebody who believes that both sides. But that's just my opinion. But for those, whatever your take is, there's Trump supporters out there that are going to be under spiritual warfare. So we have to make sure that prayers are said for those people as well, and they should be.
When it comes to conspiracy theorists like this, by like this I mean these fear-mongering Christians. They just keep using that term, spiritual warfare. What is spiritual warfare? All right, why do you think that witches, or I should say pagans in general, and Christians are at war? There are actually more atheists than there are pagans. So why aren't you yelling at the atheists for outnumbering both Christians and pagans? I mean, atheism has been on the rise for many years now. And a few years ago, atheists are finally just saying, fuck this shit, we're coming out. And now you have all these YouTube channels that are talking about, how religion is bullshit, how God is bullshit, debunking the Bible and the Quran at every moment. But yet the atheists really don't bug pagans much, because they do understand that, hey, there are religions. We just don't believe in them. We don't fucking care what you practice. But if you're going to sit here and tell us something, we're gonna fucking get back at you. So why is it that pagans, we mind our own business. We don't go out and recruit people. We don't go out and tell people the joys of a fucking goddess and shit. We don't promise an eternity in some arbitrary afterlife. We don't. And we don't have one all-powerful God either, because that breaks all rules of physics. So what is spiritual warfare? What, we send spells at you and you send prayers at us? Is that how it works? I don't think there's going to be many casualties in that. So, I mean, difference of beliefs.
For spiritual participants at the end of the chant, which I won't repeat what it is. It's supposed to be repeated 3 times, and then they blow out a candle. We're chanting it. Need to be visualizing Trump blowing apart into dust or ash. Unbelievable. Isn't this some type of threat? Could these people be arrested for threatening the president of America? I mean,
hold on, I gotta hear that again. That was fucked up. Hear that again.
Visualizing Trump blowing dust or ash.
So you finish the chant, you blow out the candle, and you visualize Donald Trump blowing up into dust and ash. All right. Yes, visualization is a very big part in magic. It is. You have to have a very strong image and a very strong will to perform magic and for it to actually work. However, just because you visualize somebody blowing up into dust and ash doesn't mean that they're going to be blowing up into dust and ash. That's not how it works. This isn't fucking Harry Potter. This isn't fucking what's another good witch movie? The Coven. Blair Witch. It's not Hollywood. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't special effects and lightings and green screen. This magic isn't with computers. I mean, you can have your Book of Shadows on your computer or your tablet or your smartphone, whatever, but that's about as far as it goes. Fucking maybe make a little altar picture thing on your fucking picture editing program or some shit. Yeah, fine, fuck it. But this is... They just don't understand. They don't learn. They don't teach themselves. They don't go out of their way to actually pick up a book because they're so afraid something bad's going to happen because of people like this. If people would actually just, be a little bit more tolerant, people like this wouldn't exist, and then my channel wouldn't exist. That's just how it is. There's just too much fucking hate. There's just too much fucking bigotry within the communities. It's sickening.
Unbelievable. Isn't this some type of threat? You're threatening the president of the United States of America. I mean, I know you couldn't even speak against Obama when he was in office. FBI were showing up at people's doors. Up to ash. We have Madonna say she wanted to blow up the White House, and nothing's going on.
Fucking ads.
We blow up the White House, and nothing's going on. Witches are then going to be ordered to ground themselves after the ritual before. This will be just the first of, with one scheduled to take place every Friday of the crescent moon until President Trump is out of office. Who will be involved? What a surprise. Running.
Well, what does that mean? What a surprise. The crescent moon will be involved. What a surprise. Well, which crescent moon? The Waiting or the Gibson? You know? I mean, which crescent moon? There's got to be, you know, there's got to be a time and a place for banishment. So nobody's saying in the comments. Nobody's saying in the comments. I know which one it is. I want to know if this fuck knows what it is. So nobody say it. I want to know if this fuck knows.
Into the spring equinox, which is another, wow, what a coincidence. They say, and while the witches' march may not have the A-list star power of the...
Okay, so he mentions spring equinox. What's so significant about the spring? I think this guy is just conflating, and that these articles that he found were Christian propaganda. You know, until the springs do this every Friday during a crescent moon, which every Friday is not going to be a crescent moon, until the spring equinox. Let's see, spring equinox is, I mean, the spring equinox is like 3 weeks away. No, a month away. It's 4 weeks away. What the fuck? You're going to have one Waiting, one Gibson crescent moon. So 2 rituals. Okay. All right. Whatever. This guy obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. Just like every other fucking Christian. I know, CC, I said 3 weeks, and then I looked at my calendar and I corrected myself. All right? I'm sorry. Fucking the dates are blurring together now.
March last month. There's one big name joining on the magic. Lana Del Rey. Del Rey posts on her Twitter telling people where to find the things needed so they can partake in the fun from their own altars in their homes. Reading this stuff. I mean, I can't.
And I can't believe that I'm watching your fucking dumbass right now, and you got everything fucking wrong. You know, so I get it. You know, I get the political agenda. I get the reason why people are so pissed off that Trump's in office. You know, I just don't like Trump. I just don't like Trump because he's a businessman. He's not a politician. He doesn't know how to be political. I'm not saying politically correct, because he's not, and I'm grateful for that. But he's not a politician. He doesn't know what needs to be done. He's a rich dude who owns many, many businesses, and that's all he knows is how to make money. That's it. He doesn't know how to run a country. Thankfully, though, he does have assistants and everything that do know how to run the country. So hopefully he gets, you know, halfway decent fucking advice. But I'm, you know, just because I don't like Trump, I'm not going to sit there and do a ritual of any kind to get him kicked out of office. I'll let him do it on his own. Plain and simple. And what's up with this chick's forehead? Like, it is like straight. Is this a Photoshop image or something? Like, they cut her fucking hair to where it makes her forehead look so fucking flat. Poor photo editing job. Very poor.
Seeing this stuff, I'm so used to getting fired up over it. But it's just unbelievable how mainstream it's going right now, and that people aren't waking up and waking up in the thousands, the hundreds of thousands when they see this stuff. Quote unquote celebrities will be partaking publicly in this, but I guarantee you the Madonnas of this world and all these other ones will be partaking in this mass ritual as all of these witches get together to perform the same spell one another at the same time around the world. Spiritual warfare. And when you have someone like Lana Del Rey coming out and admitting she's a
he just said that all witches around the world, which are mainly North America and Europe, that's where the most concentrated witch our pagan communities are. All right, I don't. Russia has laws against it. Saudi Arabia has laws against it. Well, Islamic countries, I should say, have laws against it. China and Japan, India, the Hindus and the Buddhists, that's about as far as that's going, so they're not going to be joining in on this. So North America and Europe, with their pagan communities, are going to be performing a ritual at midnight on Fridays during a crescent moon. Again, who's midnight? Who's midnight? You're now talking about 10 different time zones now. That's time zones. So who's midnight? Is it going to be DC's midnight? Is it going to be East Coast? I just don't fucking get it. This guy's making no sense.
The witch, and nobody blinking an eye, just going, "Oh, she's a witch. Interesting." That even when I do videos exposing all of these mainstream celebrities as being Satanists and witches, and people say, we're crazy. Now you even have one coming out openly admitting to being a witch, openly admitting to putting spells not only on Donald Trump, but the masses, and they still think it's a joke. Go, well, it's not real. She's just saying. It's kind of like, people getting together to make a statement, to make a point. That's how dumbed down people are.
Well, no, a lot of people don't believe in magic. The vast majority of fucking people don't believe in magic. So yeah, when somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to cast a spell," which one is a huge no-no. But when people say that to other people, they're like, dude or chick, magic's not real. The vast majority of people, only crazy Christian kooks like you, will actually think that because somebody says it's fake, they're blind. You know what? That's just their fucking belief. There are people out there who do magic and know that it's real, and there are people who do magic and fuck it off for some shit and officially say nope, magic isn't real. And then there's other people who are just like, no, magic's fucking Hollywood, or that's what they think magic is Hollywood or sleight of hand. That's why pagans differentiate the types of magic with a K. K magic is our magic.
To make a point. They're putting on a massive spell. If they were making a statement and making a point, they wouldn't be saying, we're putting on a spell. They'd be saying, let's make a statement, let's march, or let's do something else. They're flat out telling you they're putting on a ritual. Ritual at that. And that the target isn't only the president of the United States, which, like I said, should be some type of threat against him. Anyone out there who supports him, which would be 50% probably of the population in the United States of America, or even worldwide, Trump has supporters, to be directed at them. And I know it's laughable to a lot of people out there who don't want to believe that spiritual warfare is real, that black magic's not real. And like I said yesterday, you think they're doing this
with the colors of magic? Stop fucking putting colors to magic. There are no colors to magic. Magic is magic. It's like a gun. The gun doesn't kill people, people kill people. It's what you do with the magic. It's a tool. You know, so there is no black magic. There is no white magic. The only color of magic I will accept is green magic, green witchcraft. That's the only color I will accept. For obvious reasons, it's a different type of witchcraft. They're more nature bound than anything else. But black magic, white magic, you know what we call practitioners of the so-called white magic? We call them fucking fluff bunnies. All right, that's what we call them. You know, magic is a tool, and it depends on the caster that determines whether it is beneficial to others, or, you know, magic itself even has consequences. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Exactly, CSC. Magic is a gray spectrum. You know, it's exactly, it's what people's intentions are that make it either, you know, I don't want to say good or bad. I want to say beneficial or harmful. You know, those types of magics exist. Beneficial magic, which helps others, or harmful magic, which hurts others. Just like a gun. You can use a gun to protect other people, or you can use a gun to kill people. It's whoever's pulling the trigger is to blame.
They're getting together, they're getting salt, they're getting tarot cards, they're getting, who knows, locks. And they're just doing it because it doesn't work. If this stuff didn't work, it would just end. It never ended. It never stopped. Throughout history, we've seen Satanists and witches being cast out. That it was just going to keep happening if they didn't hide themselves. Matrix, which then they've used the television to indoctrinate people with witchcraft and Satanism. Did it where, in a sense, where they're indoctrinating people to speak out. Go, well, it's just a song. Well, it's just a TV show. Well, it's the main deal. And the masses, through mind control, have been dumbed down to believe this is fake. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't be going on. It's one of my first videos. People together. And I said, listen, I got something that's going to make us a lot of money. It's going to give us power. I'm going to take a crap. I'm going to sit and watch. You're going to see all this stuff happen. And people go, all right. And then I do it, and then nothing happens. Do you think the next day when I call for the next meeting or a week, they're going to try that everyone's going to show up and do it? Why are we doing this? Right? Obviously, it works. Obviously, they see the results.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed that too. That's why I paused it and I drew my cursor over the dates. You know, March. Yeah, exactly. The spring equinox is right around the fucking corner, and the rituals are going way past the spring equinox. But I loved how he said, "Hey, look, I got a way to get money and power," you know, and then that's exactly wrong. You know, Hellbound Heathen, you know, even agrees with this point. If you are becoming pagan, doing magic just for the purpose of sheer gain and power or money or things, yeah, you're not going to be satisfied with the results. You know, magic does not work that way. It just doesn't.
Okay? This is dangerous stuff. Crowley and his teachings, and Marina Abramovich, and the
very few pagans follow the teachings of Crowley. Very few. We don't, and those who do follow Crowley's way of paganism, they don't worship him. That's like saying We worship fucking Raymond Buckland, for crying out loud, Uncle Bucky. You know, we don't. It's wow. Why is it we worship people? Why do you think we worship people? And it's always Crowley too. It's always Crowley. You know, the big name in magic, I guess. You know, but it's wow. Learn your fucking witches. There are more popular and more influential pagans out there that have book deals, that go on, you know, talks and everything, that go to, you know, that have their own little schools and whatnot. You know, but Crowley, why Crowley? All right, hold on. I got to read this one. All right, so the comment in the section from CC says, she's talking about the magic and gaining shit and everything, which I like how she put it. I really do. It's thought-provoking. She says, I did it to help aid my financial situation, but that's not solely it. I started magic because I thought it would help me get my shit together and express myself to a divine extent. It also helped me find myself. Exactly. Does allow you more self-thought, more inner works than outer works. It allows you to get to know yourself better than you have ever known yourself. Instead of knowing just a deity, why don't you start knowing yourself instead? And that's a big part of magic. Through meditation, or some people call it shadow work, you find who you truly are, and you learn from that experience. And again, CC is one of my youngest subscribers, and the thought process she goes through when it comes to paganism and everyday general life is on par with someone who's lived a lifetime already. So thank you, CC, for that comment. It was very, very thought-provoking.
She puts on, we see the politicians connected to her and the celebrities like Gaga, Podesta, and Hillary Clinton. This is real stuff. So at midnight tonight, they're putting the spell on. There will be human sacrifice going on around the world. There will be animal sacrifice, and there will be other celebrities involved. We'll see if others jump out and show.
Fucking ads. Ads on his fucking shit.
Others jump out and show their faces, but nobody will care because Lana Del Rey here is almost like the test. You know, she's testing it out.
Okay, I wanted to say something about there's going to be human sacrifices and animal sacrifices all over the fucking world. Let's see how many news outlets cover that, because you know what? That's called mass murder. All right? That's not going to go under the fucking radar. It's not. And if you think it is, then you're fucking crazy. You hear about cops shooting fucking black kids all the fucking time. Why would you not hear, you know, and they're, you know, civil servants. Yeah, we got to hear about that. But when some random fucking civilian commits a crime like this, you don't think for a second that it's not going to blow up on, one, social media, because that's what everybody fucking uses for news nowadays, or even two, mainstream media. There are plenty of fucking YouTubers out there, you know, of a differing religion or not religious at all that would eat this shit up if they found out that a group of people just went out and fucking just started offing people for no fucking reason.
Seems to care. And it's sad because they're more concerned about the political statement she's making than the fact that she's in 100 years ago she would have been caged, if not worse.
100 years ago, she would have been burnt at the stake. 100 years ago, she would have been held in a chair and dunked in freezing cold water. 100 years ago, she would have been hogtied and thrown in a river. If she floated, she was a witch. If she drowned, God will take care of his own. That was the twisted, barbaric thinking that Christians had 100 years ago. And more. You know, I don't know if anybody has ever read The Witch's Hammer. I forgot the German title for it. But the English translation is The Witch's Hammer, and it's a book on how to torture and kill witches. I read it, and it put me into a state of fear that the Burning Times will happen again. For those of you who don't know what the Burning Times is, it's the Inquisitions. So, but yeah, it scared the living, and books normally don't. I read fucking Mein Kampf, for crying out loud. And that wasn't as bad as the Witch's Hammer. And yeah, the Salem witch trials. Yeah, those were absolute fucking horrible as well. People pointing fingers and then, she's a witch! Fucking burn her! That's how it was. That's how it was back then. My crops aren't growing. My neighbor must be a fucking witch. No, you're just a bad fucking farmer. Get a different fucking job. Build a fucking chair or something.
It's like, oh, she's anti-Trump. Oh, it's really telling you she's putting a spell on Donald Trump every month.
Look at this picture of Trump. That's funny as fuck. It looks like a traced drawing, but he's got really, really sharp teeth. That's funny as fuck. That's good. That's funny. Altar setup though. Is that her athame? Her athame has the hilt of a generic goddess. That is cool as shit. That's a big ass fucking candle. I'm trying to figure out what everything is on here. There's a shit ton of candles. Sorry. That looks like an incense burner right there, or a smudger. I can't really tell. That's a nice little setup. A lot of candles, but nice little setup. There's some thread right there. A real common thing for binding rituals, I suppose. I've never done them. No need to do them. A mortar and pistol. It looks like she does have some pepper rock right here, so she might be using that to grind up her herbs or something. She probably makes her own incense. That's what I'm thinking.
Moon, and that she's a witch. So I see why I pull the hair out of my head about other people waking up to this deception that's going on. God is revealing this, and they're showing themselves, as they have been for quite some time. They're rolling their eyes, not paying attention to it because they're too caught up in their materialistic lives, on their devices, worshiping themselves, making statements on Facebook that are meaningless, and caring about all this stuff that's meaningless. Picture and what's going on. This is spirit.
I can see where he's coming from with today's technology, and no offense to my younger viewers, but the sheer narcissism that our society has become. You know, everybody taking selfies, like fucking 24/7. People taking pictures of their food. People bragging about being a fucking vegan. You know, it's become such a narcissistic culture. And yeah, I do blame social media for it. I do blame Facebook. I blame Twitter. I blame the advancement in technology that allows people to be so narcissistic and disconnected from the real world. But you know, that's them. That's the individual. I don't fucking care. Let these fucking people walk around with their fucking selfie sticks and let them look fucking retarded. All right, me, I'll stick to YouTube. You know, I'm not going to be doing fucking selfies. I take more pictures of fucking sunsets than I do of myself. You know, I take more pictures of my daughters than I do of myself. You know, selfies are supposed to be for like, you know, special occasions. You know, hey, it's my fucking birthday. I'm chilling with whoever. Or, hey, I just met a celebrity. You know, let's take a selfie. You know, that's how it's supposed. You know, that to me is why a selfie should be fucking taken. Not just, hey, I fucking woke up like this. No, the fuck you didn't. You fucking woke up a fucking 3 hours ago and slapped on your fucking war paint. That's what it was. Yeah, fucking liar.
This is God versus the devil. This is biblical. This is prophecy. And people need to pick up their Bibles and realize that salvation through Jesus Christ. If you do not find salvation through Jesus Christ, through faith in Christ, you are not saved. You are doing eternity with these same Satanists who perform these rituals. So pick up your salvation.
If they're going to be spending eternity with us witches, you know, we have many different forms of afterlife. So what? You know, what if they spend the rest of eternity in Valhalla? Then what are you going to say? Then what are you going to say? I heard Valhalla is fucking just a party and a half.
And realize that the only way to heaven is Jesus Christ. Be, folks, today, tonight, we always should be every day, but these are just reminders, okay? Up in the things of our daily lives. These are reminders that spiritual warfare is real and it's going on. And we need sometimes to be reminded ourselves. This is another one of those reminders. Stay strong in your prayer, your families. God bless all of you.
So yeah, that just happened. All right, so I got a comment. I'm not going to say who it's from. Says today's age, I care more about my appearance than my grade point average. I care more about what the world thinks of me rather than what I think of myself. And that is exactly true. You know, I care about my appearance. I try to keep my beard, you know, nice and groomed. You know, I haven't shaved my head for about a week now, and I need to do that. But, you know, there's a reason why we look good, or why we try to look as decent as possible, and it's because nobody wants to hire a fucking slob. If I had a raggedy ass, you know, matted fucking beard, You know, and if I still had my fucking long hair, nobody would take me seriously. Everybody would think like, oh, he's trying too hard, blah 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 blah. And that's the reason why I cut my fucking hair. I was like kept looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm trying way too fucking hard. It's time to stop. Fucking shave this shit off. You know, it's this is sad. This is a sad truth of today's society. More people are interested in how many followers they have on Facebook and Twitter, you know, than they are having actual friendships in the real world. You know, I don't have Facebook. I think Facebook is fucking retarded. I do got a Twitter, but only for my YouTube. You know, I begrudgingly got a Twitter for YouTube. I didn't want to, but I realized that, you know, you got to have some other way. I mean, I do have Hangouts, I do have Google Plus, but not everybody uses Hangout and Google Plus. They don't like it. But it's, you know, I just the bullshit that's on social media drives me fucking crazy. You know, when I did have a Facebook, I used to have a Facebook and the MySpace back in the fucking day. You know, when I was back in high school, I had a MySpace page as well. But when I was on social media, all it was drama. Constantly, you know, whenever I logged into it, it was just drama. At least, you know, with YouTube, when I have, you know, when I log in and I see my subscription, you know, I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTubers out there, and only a handful are actually like drama channels. And when the drama got way too much in that channel, I just unsubscribed to them. I just said, no, you're getting too much into the drama. You're causing too much drama, you know, and I don't like drama. That's just me. In my real life, on my online life, I don't like drama. I understand it happens. It's bullshit, but it happens. So I just try to stay away from the drama stuff. It happens on Twitter too. You know, it's drama happens in my feed. I just stop following that person. That's just how it is. But with Facebook, it's not just you and your friends. It's you and fucking everybody. It's not just the people you follow or who follow you. It's everybody. So when you go on to not your wall, what the fuck is it called? The feed. When you go onto the feed, you see everybody's bullshit. And I don't want that. I don't know this person. No offense. I don't care about this fucking person. You know, that's just who I am. I don't know you. I don't fucking care about you. I got nothing to fucking do with you. And you're fucking putting up this fucking bullshit. You know, but that's just me. That's just me. I'm an old fuck. I don't fucking care. That's good. It says a thought of mine. This is a comment. A thought of mine. If you become too generic, I'll leave you alone. If you become normal, I'm getting motherfucking bored. You and I need to stop talking. That's normal. I like how that happened. Normal. Yeah, normal is those fucking fucking work. Let me check my Twitter and my Hangouts here real quick, see if somebody wants to hop on. Fucking taking forever to fucking load. Ta-da. Buddy on Twitter. It's about an hour in, so I. Yep, nothing. All right. So, thanks to Zabora for that video. Call for an Uprising is another one of those fucking kooks. He probably believes in a flat Earth as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am going to try to find those articles and see what they're all about, and I'll link them in the description below when and if I find them. So if you don't see them within the next few days, don't worry. I probably just didn't find them. Call for an Uprising isn't really good at sourcing his material. So yeah. But otherwise, again, I hope you guys have fun. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Like and share with your family and friends. And catch you next time.